Paul, frustrating afternoon in many ways, but then a good point in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think obviously when you look at the game, it's frustrating in terms of the first half performance and not good enough from that point of view. But they showed great character to come back and rally and sort of have a real go at the game. In the second half there, but we've got to start better. We've got to impose ourselves more on the game in the first half of games, and we've not got to give people a leg up, and that's what we've done today. And we've had to fight and scrap for everything that we got today.
You must, I'm sure you tell the players until they're blue in the face about the need to start well, especially at home, but it's just not happening. I mean, it's very hard to put a finger on why that is.
And I think if you speak to the players, they've got all good intentions in terms of going out there, and there's a game plan to try and implement. But we found it very difficult in the first half there to sort of get a grip of the game and get a footing in it and get going and gain some momentum. But I thought what helped us really in the end was the fans. How much they stayed with us, how much they got behind us. Obviously once we got that goal and once we started to put one or two passes together and started to threaten their goal, obviously the fans took us over the line to get the extra one, and you end up with a good chance in their penalty box to nick it, which probably would have been a bit harsh on them overall. But that's what happens in football. But we wasn't able to take it, but we certainly got to be better in terms of how we start games and how we take games to the opposition.
Changing and taking Sonny Bradley off and bringing on Lewis Young just did at that time, we were still 2-0 down, just gave us a bit of attacking momentum, didn't it? Another outlet, and we were...
Yeah, we felt that we'd got to go for the game more. We felt that if we could put them under pressure, if we could gain some momentum, put some balls in the box and sort of ask one or two questions of them defensively, we felt that we would get something. And if you get one, then you just never know. But it was trying to sort of gain that momentum, and in the end, like you said, we've got to make some change. We've got to try and do something, and hence the change with Lewis and trying to be a little bit more offensive. I mean, obviously you've got two strikers from the start, but we weren't giving them good enough supply. But fantastic character from the lads, fantastic sort of effort in terms of turning the game around and taking it to them and getting on the front foot and asking questions of them, which is what you want from the start. And obviously the fans, how they got behind us was immense. Yeah,
they could easily have, I suppose, been turned at 2-0 with not a lot happening, but just the whole momentum shift of a game, it just changed, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that the appreciation obviously from the fans in terms of, like you say, at 2-0, they could quite easily sort of go against you a little bit, but they stayed with you, and that makes such a big difference, because you only want one sort of little bit of a chink in their armour or a glimpse, and all of a sudden then somebody does something for ourselves where it opens it up, and that gives everybody a little bit of a lift, the fans, the players, everything, and everybody goes forward. And with them staying with us today, I thought it made all the difference.
Talked about the two up front. There's makings of a partnership now, I think, between Gavin. The more they play, Gavin and I, wasn't there? I think we saw that in the second half.
Yeah, I think in small glimpses, you see it on a daily basis. You see it in the game a little bit today. We've got to see it more often. You want more. It's there, like you say, there are glimpses, but I feel that they're as a partnership, they could cause one or two people a problem if we can start to get them to link on a more often basis.